Start.
Reload the bubble. I'm doing
Let
pretty
me
good so
see.
far. I won't embarrass myself.
I think it should. There you go. Okay. Uh, I'm
Let
ready.
me know when you start.
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay.
So, yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Custard or Jimmy, and today we have a special guest for the PP Podcast number 2, community podcast. His name is Xiao Yu. He also runs his YouTube channel, Someone23. So, yeah, introduce yourself, I guess.
Yeah. What? There's nothing to talk about really.
Nice. Okay. How's your day?
Yes. Doing okay. I don't know. A little bit issues with Overwatch lately, so
You're trying to go for was it top 500 or whatever?
it's definitely doable because we're in NA. That's Diamond Elo. I don't know. NA Overwatch is kind of dead, so I would say it's definitely doable. It's definitely an achievement though, because I mean it sounds cool, but it's pretty easy doing in NA. So I
Mm.
guess not that much of an achievement after all.
Why don't you just, is there any champion you're really proficient at? How about aiming for like number 1? Like I don't know, Genji or whatever.
No, that's too tough. Because people still play this game. There's still
True.
people that play this game
Mhm.
professionally.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, playing Doom Eternal right now.
Mhm.
This is the go-to game whenever I'm not playing multiplayer games.
Fair enough.
I'm really not that big on single player games. I don't like play a
Mm.
lot.
I've been playing a ton recently. There's
I don't just don't find the appeal of them. We can start talking about single player games.
we can start talking about yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't know.
I
I
don't know,
like
just
those like RPGs. Those there's like
gotcha.
Tales of
I
Berseria, the
find
whole
them kind of
Tales series
repetitive.
and everything.
True. I
I
mean,
think
unless they
find
have
them
a really
pretty
good story, I
enjoyable.
kind of find them repetitive.
Oh, every story sucks though, but I don't know. I like the gameplay. It's cool. You can like combo and stuff. It's like I don't like the normal RPGs where you just like turn based. I
Oh,
like
I heard
what's
those
it
are
called?
fucking dog shit.
Tales of Berseria and everything because it's actually like a fighting game instead of you just stand there and use items and wait until you win. I don't know.
Oh, just kind of like
Actually, what kind of single players do you game? What single player games do you play?
I really only play Doom. I have Doom, original one, Doom 2,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot. People mod that game pretty heavily. I'm not like super into that. And
Yeah.
it's an old game. The controls are clunky, it's not very fun. I
Mm-hmm.
play games for like, not for graphics or anything, as you can probably tell. Performance.
Yeah. I heard
Mostly
the
just mechanical skill.
original Doom was like confusing as to where to go and everything.
Not really. It's too short and pretty simple.
Oh.
It's a good game. I would say it's a
Okay.
good game for its time. It's the first. Did you know it's the first FPS game to ever just
Yeah, I know
really
that
like
at
start
least.
off the genre?
It inspired Wolfenstein, if I'm correct, right?
Something like that.
Pretty sure.
Kind of. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
it is the first. But I will definitely say yeah. Only single player games I play are pretty much Doom, which is this game is Eternal, the latest installation
Mm-hmm.
in the franchise. And 2016.
2016. Yeah.
I play this game mostly because, like, I like games with an intensely high skill ceiling. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of things here and there. This game's actually very difficult.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
took
tell
me a lot of time
tell
to get the hardest
you
difficulty.
tell us what's going on your YouTube channel right now. You're posting a ton of like different games. Like you're making
Yeah,
videos on a
well,
bunch of games
I mean, I'm not like a YouTuber. I just post whatever I kind of want
for
to.
fun,
I
right?
don't have a
Yeah.
lot of time either. Yeah, it's just for fun. And
Hmm.
so I was playing a bit of Tab G, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Totally
thought,
accurate battleground. Yeah.
yeah, the game's kind of ass. It makes me really angry and this and that. True, dude. Because I don't know, I won't go into it because if you don't play the game, you have
It
no
looks like a joke, but I hear it's pretty good.
idea. Yeah. You can sweat any game.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
is it built for sweating? No, but at this point, everything become competitive.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't mind, we can talk about competitive gaming. That's something I had wanted to talk about.
Sure. If you wanna, if
Right.
you,
So,
yeah.
I've been playing competitive games
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah, I know.
I know, yeah, for quite a while since well, not really. I didn't really quite get into true competitive games until I was in grade
Oh
9-ish when I
wow,
was
okay,
around
that's
14,
early.
15. No, but I mean, I before I played competitive games, but just not very competitively. It
Mm-hmm.
was kind of, just whatever. Like obviously still want to win, but just not like for a rank or anything.
True.
So
Hmm. Only competitive
I feel
game I
like
play is
competitive
League.
games, true, dude. Competitive games are a fraud. They're all frauds, in my opinion. After literally spending
Fraud.
more than 2,000, no, not more than 2,000 hours on different competitive games and 4,000 in CS alone almost, I realized they kind of are. This whole system is built against the player. You don't really get any rewards
Yeah, I was about to
for
bring that
winning
up.
competitive
Mm-hmm.
games.
There's no
Yeah,
incentive
so
other than like bragging rights. That's really it.
no one gives it, but the thing is that no one gives a fat shit
Yeah.
about what your rank is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
100%.
they'd be like, "Oh, good for you," or most people will act fairly toxically towards you, be like, "Go outside or something." But like,
True.
it's definitely not worth the grind. I hate to say this, but it's definitely not worth the grind. For your knowledge, I got plat in Siege. I got what highest rank was like LEM kind of ish in Global Offensive. I'm now plat in Overwatch. I just got back into it. It was my first shooter game. I kind of sucked at beginning because it was my first one, but now a few years later, I got back into it. It's a lot better.
Mm, mm, Overwatch is
Yeah, I
weird.
don't know. There's several other competitive games I also played. Pretty much any shooter games I've played, I've ran out of shooter games to play at this point.
What do
That
you
was
think of Overwatch
COD.
as a shooter game? I think it's kind of.
Overwatch is not a very good game. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
I remember in like,
But
was it
I mean, it's competitive, so
2016?
it's
I
like
thought it was a
really
fun
fun.
game. Now it's just like.
It's no game is a fun game. If any game is a fun game, that just means you haven't played it enough. 100%, dude.
Well, come on, that's for
If
life itself. Anything is fun until you do it too much, right? Like, come on.
I
Like,
mean, if you take it too seriously, nothing
I
becomes fun,
guess,
right? So
right.
that's the detriment of competitive gaming. It forces you to it forces you to play into one repetitive loop of doing the same thing, but just
Mm-hmm.
better. It's not really fun in of itself, right? Because it promotes the grind. It promotes you to play a certain way. Most competitive games have a meta that you need to, well, whether like there is like obvious metas where like the characters, for example, in League and like Overwatch or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, there's certain characters just simply better. Um, then that's like a kind of like an open meta or like obvious meta that they force you to play into. And there's like
Mm-hmm.
other technically metas because certain games you can only play in a certain way. For example, you play CS:GO the same way you play COD, it's just not gonna work. Vice versa. So it's not a bad thing that they do that,
I
but
like
it's
League over Overwatch because like Overwatch, sure, the like DPS, you just play DPS and you win. But then like League, you can play like any kind of role. Like support, you say it's not very viable, but I feel like it's fine. Support is actually not a bad
I
role.
mean League supports.
Yeah,
If in my opinion, if you want to carry, go mid. Mid is. I mean, I don't play League.
mid is
I
just
play
like
Custard.
I said, was it CSing support?
That's true. But like, I don't know, support is not an easy role to pick up on. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and also support. I don't play League, so I can't really say shit. My friends all play League, so I'll know a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. It's kind of like it's a tough thing to do because your support does rely on team, and I hate it when I have to rely on my team. It works for different people. Some
Mm.
people love to have teamwork in their game, but I hate to have
Oh.
teamwork in the game because that means you actually have to like. That means a lot of times you will feel rigged, and
Yeah,
you will feel like
hundred
that you're not in
percent.
control of the
Thing
situation,
is though, you can like pick
right? But
different supports to like be
yeah, well,
more
in League
active in
it's not like
not relying
yeah.
on your team.
True. Overwatch is not entirely DPS carry. Yes, DPS can have the biggest carry impact in your gameplay, but at the same time, a lot of tanks and supports can't really carry. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Supports can't carry, but tanks definitely can. Tanks definitely can, and it's really easy to climb out of lower ranks as tanks.
It just
I
feels
don't
like
know.
with the supports now in Overwatch, they're more like going forward towards DPS, right?
Not Really? I
Like,
mean,
what is
some
it? Like
supports
the
for sure.
Baptiste, and then there's a what? I don't know,
Mora.
Moira. They're both not really like.
Oh shit.
Oh, they're both not really much like healers. I mean, like you can go
Mora's a good
fully
healer.
damage on Moira, and you can go
Well, you
fully damage on.
shouldn't, right? So if you have,
Hmm.
I know there are people that claims to be like, oh, look, I have like 4 or 3 goals or whatever as these characters,
Hmm.
but that's not what you're supposed to do. If you have like the DPS's damage, that means that you're doing too much damage and not healing your team. You can
Ah,
look at
yeah.
things two ways.
Hmm.
These guys have very strong kits that allow you to do many things at the same time, but that also means that they're not like full supports. So it's like off
Hmm.
supports, like Zenyatta, right?
Yeah,
Anyways,
Zenyatta is.
right. So, anyways, let's get back into like the bigger topic that probably everyone's familiar with, because probably not everyone plays Overwatch or cares about Overwatch. I mean, I for one don't care that much of the game. Um, so competitive gaming is what companies do to trick you into playing their game more, right?
Oh wow.
Because you want to get this rank, right? For example, in a single player game, you play this game for, I don't know, like let's say a good game for like you'll play a couple times for 80 hours,
Yeah. Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're done with it. They can't sell your skins, they can't do anything. This is why single player games tend to be much more expensive. Doom was $80, whereas
Yeah.
Overwatch is like $40 at release
That's why they put
compared to
like
a
with a
single player
replay
games.
value, right? It's been made a lot talked about a
Right,
lot.
right, but that's why but like in multiplayer games, the best way to keep your players engaged and want to play more is to no, I mean the best way to keep your players engaged is to make them want to play more. The
Hmm.
best way to do that is to implement like an elo system. But this you don't actually get anything out of this elo system as the
True.
player, only the company does. So it is a one way. It's basically scamming you out of your time in your life
What is
for
the
something
reasoning
that's
behind not giving you any incentive?
they give you a lot of incentive, but none
Really?
of this incentive actually real or matters to you. So let me explain really quickly. Basically, you get this rank or elo. So because they exploit our innate, um, like desire to feel important and to feel better than other people and to conquer. So they exploit our this human urges to keep us hooked into this game, to keep us playing longer, to keep us buying the skin, to basically use us to their monetary gain. Well, what we gain out of this at the end of the bargain is basically nothing. Because, okay, so you get a few, so there's a few things that you think as a player that you can get out of having a high rank. One, satisfaction, but no one really cares because of how competitive things have gotten, and now that people think that a rank in an online shooter game or whatever game you play defines you as a person online in that game, right? It basically defines you as who you are. If you're a bronze player, no one gives a
Mm-hmm.
shit about what you have to
Mm-hmm.
say. If you're a grandmaster player or whatever, like a champion or diamond, everybody thinks you're a
Ah,
god. You can be an
yeah.
asshole or
In
whatever.
like the
Like
community
nobody just
circle, you're more like respected. I can like
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, what
Only in
that
the
fosters
community.
is people not giving a crap because most players are not going to be your top tier players. So most players, to cover up for their lack of, I mean, I don't know, just foster very toxic kind of good players called bad players bad, and bad players say the good players such as nerds or whatever, and it's
Mm.
just not very good for the community as a whole. But so you don't actually get any respect. I mean, maybe in real life, perhaps a little bit, but you should not be living off of other people,
Oh, true.
like validation anyways. You should be living off of your own validation. So let's now move on to the second part. So what the second thing you might think that you get out of a competitive system or like out of ranking up, whatever, is, hey, I get to, right? Because, okay, so let's not talk about ranking up. Let's talk about getting good at a game. So you don't get validation from other people for being good unless you're insanely good or a streamer or some popular guy. That's not a thing to do with how good you are. That's mostly how, well, it has something, but that's mostly to do with marketing, how you present yourself and
Mm-hmm.
what platforms
Mm-hmm.
you go on, right? Um, but so let's the second part about like the second benefit that you might think you're gonna get out of being good at the game is destroying people, right? You just destroy people and you feel good about it. That's why I still play competitive games. Not really. That's not really the reason. But that used to
It's
be the
just
reason
like
why
you're
I used
playing
to play.
Doom, right?
Well, not really. Well, kind of. But if you only
Right?
get very good at Doom,
Yeah.
right? So you destroy people. So and you feel good about it because it's naturally fun. Obviously, we'll play games to kill other people. That's why we like for example, we play a shooter game. This is why we like to get high kill games or whatever, and this and that. So you don't actually get to do that in competitive games because of the MMR system or like the ELO system, whatever. Oh god, the game's
What the?
broken again. The ELO system. Don't worry about what's happening in the game. It's broken. It's always like this. Because of the ELO system, you actually always get matched with players
Mm-hmm.
in the same skill level. So let's say you got tremendously better, but that's not going to change a single thing about how you're going to play this game because of who you're matched with. Because if you get better, you're simply just going to get a match with better players, which just cancels out the effect of you getting you getting better. Which means that no matter how much better you get, unless you're the best player in the world, you're still going to get not really feel satisfied
Hmm.
about the state of your level because you're not gonna, for example, let's say you talk about a game like CS or Siege. There are 5 players on a main team. You might think, oh, I got a lot better. I used to only be able to kill one person every time I die, but now I'm a lot better. I might be able to kill 2 or 3 people, and that's gonna be fun. I get more kills, but you don't get
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Yes, you may get to do that for a couple of games, or like maybe 5 games, maybe 10 games, where you go ham on people. But then after that, since everyone is a lot better in this new skill group that you're now in, you're gonna go back to getting 1 kill, or otherwise people are gonna complain about the game elo system being broken, which is not what you want. Oh shit, Marauder. I forgot he spawns here. I don't remember this guy spawning. Okay, I'm gonna get away from him.
Hmm.
Right, so you don't actually get any sort of like satisfaction from better, let's say, gameplay quality from getting better, unless it's like I mean, if it's no rating, then it's no longer MMR system, and it's no longer competitive gaming. So, so at the end, what you get is a couple of pixels on your screen that says, "Oh, congratulations, you're now better than 90% of the player base out there. Have fun wasting more of your life on our game, so we can make more money off of you." Right? That's what you get basically. You get scammed pretty big times because you don't get
Mm.
anything out of it. Yes, you may get a sense of self satisfaction, my bad. But there's a lot of things in life that you can get that from that actually helps. For example, playing a sport, working out, reading a book. These things actually help you later in life. Whereas competitive gaming doesn't help you for dog shit. Well, maybe it does for like very specific certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, competitive gaming doesn't do as much as, for example, picking up football or learning an instrument does, or developing further social skills
Mm-hmm.
through I don't know, a job or something like that. So it's kind of it is kind of a scam, but it
Yeah.
is unavoidable.
It's like a drug. It's just addictive,
Yeah, it's
and it's
really
not
kind
good
of
for you.
yeah, it's not good for you definitely, and it's unavoidable. I still play competitive games
Mm-hmm.
competitively, but that's just because I've fallen into their trap already and it's too late. I don't know. It's just some thoughts because I've been playing competitive for years, and I've realized that I would never rewarded for no matter how much effort you put in. And this brings me on to probably our second topic, Smurfs and cheating. So cheating in
Bruh.
video games have actually become very rampant as of late. This ranges from a variety of different games and different ways to cheat and such. I don't know, like because you never get rewarded regardless of how you play. Because okay, like a normal skill increase curve is very slow and very steady. So you're never gonna get fully rewarded for getting better. It's not like, oh, one day it's not like you train for 30 days and you all do the same shitty gameplay with 30 days and you suddenly become a god and you get to drop 5 kills every game for like another 5 days before you get matched into your new elo and where you belong, where you go back to doing mediocre until you improve again and have that cycle. No, it's not like that. It's like, oh, today you see your KD ratio slowly rise
True.
and then comes back, plateaus and comes back once the game matches you. So you never really see any real difference in gameplay at all because the elo system since the elo system will adjust with your skill level. So yes, you may be slowly climbing the ranks, but you are not improving the quality of your gameplay. You're not having that much fun. You're not destroying people, even though you're putting in a lot of time to get good, let's say. So what cheating allows you to do is just suddenly raise your skill setting to a
Mm.
somewhat unbelievable amount. Not too much. Depends on. I mean, okay, there's two types of cheating. Like, I'm talking about legit cheating, right?
Yeah.
Not rage hacking.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Rage hacking is like where you just kind of aimbots everybody across the map
What
and
we
just
see in a
magically
normal
super
CS:GO game,
obvious.
right?
Okay, CS:GO kind of a shit show anyway, so yeah. Right. So it's like not just like aimbotting everybody across the map or like very obviously shooting at people through walls and this and that. So that's a totally different phenomenon. But legit cheating, it is inevitable that people are going to cheat at games
Mm-hmm.
with this current competitive system because you're never rewarded. It is not necessary. Okay, well, cheating is, in my opinion, a fucking sin, and you shouldn't do it. Um, unless it's with your friends or trolling or whatever.
Mm.
Otherwise, also, you should never do it. But I don't think it's well, obviously it is your fault that you decide to cheat, but you also have your chance of getting banned or whatever, so it's fair. But what the real problem is that we're not gonna be able to stop cheating ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
The anti-cheat,
100%.
the
Yeah.
better anti-cheat system only combats cheater to make cheating more difficult, but that has never ever worked, right? In human history, no matter how, this is why they no longer use the death penalty because it is not effective. Just because you make it more difficult to do something or make the punishment more severe
It actually makes it more
will not,
enticing to find out
well,
how to
yes,
cheat. Yeah.
not really. I don't know if what happens, but basically it makes the situation a lot worse. For example, if let's say if you don't, this is why some like states and countries allow weed now. Let's say if you
Mm-hmm.
ban
Mm-hmm.
weed, right? People are not going to just stop smoking weed. No. They're going to go to underground dealers and they're going to have, and this is in turn going to have drug wars, and it's going to be worse,
Yeah.
and weed price is going to go up, which just makes the demand more, and people are going to have like disputes over it. People are going to kill each other over it. That makes the whole situation a lot worse than it already was. So same thing with anti-cheat. By just having a better anti-cheat, yes, you might be able to hold them back temporarily, but as cheating as a whole will not stop, and it will always be there, if not worse, because now more people knows about cheating, and more people are
So,
inclined to cheat.
what do you
This is
think
by
would be
no
a
means
better way to stop cheating then?
there is no better way. It's to have a better competitive system, or not to have a competitive system.
Hmm.
But that defeats the purpose of competitive games. I don't have a solution for this. That's what I'm talking about it.
It's like a
If
paradox in the end you're trying to get at, right?
right, exactly. But the best way is to have a compromise, just to control cheating. Plus smurfing is a different topic. I'll talk about later. Control cheating to a certain degree where it does not destroy the game for everybody and only affects as minimum amount of players as possible. Basically, like what they're doing now to invest in anti-cheats and make it more difficult and raise prices. Mostly what anti-cheats do is to raise prices, is to make it more difficult to cheat. Therefore, it costs more to develop cheats, and since it costs more, it's gonna sell it for more, and less people are gonna be able to buy it because of just the natural limitation of price.
Mm.
Um, but that's only a temporary solution. It's not really a perfect one. So let's back to the competitive system. Why? Okay, cheating just allows you to basically, you remember that slow skill increase we were talking about? Yeah, well, that doesn't exist for cheaters. Cheaters
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
immediately get better because of obviously you still need game sense or whatever, but because of wall hacks, aimbots, and other things that can just very quickly make you proficient at a game, it
Feels
makes
like
the
I
whole
feel like it stunts
experience.
your growth as well, doesn't it? Because
Kind of.
like
For
if
example,
you
if
cheat,
you're using an aimbot, you're never gonna be improving at
yeah,
the
you're
game
never gonna be improving at the
yourself.
base game. Mm-hmm.
But if you play enough, you will still get better. I would argue that wall hacks actually helps a player improve. Yes. Have you seen, like, basically? Okay, so what I
Mm-hmm.
do is we go back after each game, we watch the demos, right? When I back when I used to grind CS:GO, I'll go back after each game, whether we win or lose. If it's a normal game, I won't. But like if it's a big loss or like if it's a big win, I'll go back and watch demos. If I have time, for example, when I'm like not, when I don't have time to play a whole game, when I don't have access to, I don't know, maybe my main PC or whatever, I will watch a demo on like my shitty laptop or whatever, and I will see where people are and where people go. I'll study the player behaviors and how they react to different things, because most players react the same way when you, well, in several of the similar ways. That is
Mm.
predictable. This is how you grow game sense legitimately, and how you predict people without using any sort of hacks, right? So what wall hacks allows you to do is to do the same thing, right?
So, okay. Yeah.
If you're smart, I think you will be able to. I mean, I got this from YouTube video. No, I don't know. I don't approve for this because I didn't do it myself, so not quite sure. But I would think that I would think that if you were to wall hack, you would be able to basically every single game is like me watching the demo game back because you're able to see people where people are in real time and how
Mm-hmm.
they react to the things you do, and I think that would be able to help you to predict people whenever you're not wall hacking.
Yeah.
But I believe most hackers, because they don't have the need for it, they won't do it, and therefore, just inhibiting their ability to grow. Anyways, that's a totally different subject. But
Yeah. Okay.
what was I saying?
Wall hacking is like good for helping you practice and learn, but most people don't use it for that, right?
Let's not say that. That's like encouraging wall hacking. That's like no, not really.
I
What I'm trying to
guess.
get at is that most competitive systems are rigged as shit because they are in the end scamming you, and this is why a lot of times you don't feel fun playing competitive games. It's not just me. If you're really competitive about a game, or like especially with higher elo or high skill ceilings, you're gonna just not have fun. You're gonna be like,
Mm.
this is why we call it grinding. Why we call it grinding a game and not just playing it
I
because it feels like
guess.
a grind.
Oh,
It is
actually, I can kind of
absolute.
understand more now why people
Exactly,
cheat.
because you play League now, so you feel me, right? It just.
Mm?
I mean, obviously you don't take games very seriously, I would say.
I
Correct me if
guess
I'm
I'm
wrong.
trying to take League more. It's kind of ruining my life, honestly. But like,
Bruh.
like some days I want to like learn, like practice my guitar, or, like do some work or something,
Yeah.
and then like yeah, let's go get to like gold today or something.
Yeah. Well, that's just the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is, basically, without this system, there wouldn't be as much hacking, right? So there's no real incentive to hack in when there is no real reward because competitive games makes you kind of feel like having I don't know. Okay, so it's kind of self-contradictory. I take that back actually. That's a different topic. There's no reward for playing legitimately, even for getting
Mhm.
better, because the game doesn't give a shit. And this is why legit players most of the times choose to smurf, right?
I
Because
don't get
smurfing
the
is
smurfing
essentially the same
movement.
thing.
Maybe I'm just not there
It's
yet.
essentially the same thing as cheating. It's just cheating makes you better.
Oh, okay.
Smurfing makes the enemies worse.
True.
It's the same thing.
That's I don't
It's the
know. That's
same. Well, it's not the same thing. Smurfing is okay. In my opinion, smurfing, feel free to do it. Is it good? No. But since not a lot of people are gonna be smurfing or have the skill to smurf, because to smurf, you still need to be generally pretty good at the
yeah.
game to carry your team. You need to be at least like, for example, like 2 ranks better for most games. And not a lot of people are gonna be able to do that. And you're free to do that, right? You're paying money to rebuy the game. The game company literally legally cannot stop you from doing that. You own
True.
it. It is yours. You're free to do whatever you want. You're not violating their rules. Unless the game's rules said that smurfing would result in a permanent ban, you're free to do whatever technically. The moral obligations is none of my concern because morality is a human construct and uh we cannot quantify it, right? We cannot say, oh, this is moral or not moral. It's not a science. Different people, depending on your background and what you believe, can have different like standards to morality, and
Oh,
you
you're
cannot
right. Yeah.
say that somebody's standards are bad or inherently incorrect, right? That is so. This is why we have laws to judge that.
Mhm.
You don't murder. Well, okay, that's just a different topic. Well, some. Okay, well, so the easiest way to obviously you gotta determine what actions are considered moral, what actions are considered immoral, but the best way to determine is using what is legal and not,
True.
right? Because the law is the best feedback, right? It's like teaching kids not to be assholes, right? It's like,
Mhm.
oh, basically it's like, oh, okay, so basically how kids learn to not be assholes is like, okay, so I was an asshole and no one liked me, so I guess I won't be an asshole anymore. And people start liking me. Okay, good. So not being an asshole is good for you, right? So same thing.
Trial and error. You're getting it.
If you violate a law, you go to jail or
Mhm.
whatever. You pay the price. So therefore, people are less inclined to do it. Um, about cheating, I mean, so that's why smurfing is okay because the system allows it, but system doesn't allow cheating, and therefore cheating isn't okay. At least that's my view on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best, basic and easiest way to judge things. And whether it should be allowed or not is none of our concerns. It never will be. I don't know why people argue over why it should be or should not be. It's not like the fucking game companies give a shit about what we think is right, right? They care about our experience, right? Yeah. But for the most part, they don't give that much of a shit. We don't run the game, right? They shouldn't give a shit because we don't run the game. We don't know how the monetary system goes. We don't know how really anything goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't run the game. Therefore, when you create a game, you get to decide whether you allow Smurfs or not, and how hard it is to combat it, and all the other technical issues and legal issues that goes into it. We don't really get to decide that. If you don't like the game, don't play it. Simple,
True.
all right? So Smurfing and cheating is the same thing, but just on different ends of the stick, basically. Cheating makes you better. Smurfing makes the enemies worse. You choose, right? Um, but yeah, so I feel like as long as this competitive system exists, it just, well, it is easy to say to, oh, hey, if you don't want us putting the time or if you don't like the game, like I said, just don't play it, right? That's definitely an option, but most people don't like that because they still want to feel like they still want to feel like they're dominating the enemy team or whatever, but just don't want to put in the effort because I mean, one, because games are insanely hard these days,
Mm.
and two, you don't really get rewarded for the efforts you put in either. So, like I said previously, I'm just repeating myself at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like something probably should be and needs to be done about this. Well, not, you can't really do anything because that's just the nature of competitive gaming in of itself, right? So the best way you can do is to enjoy the game you actually play and not just play to get the rank. So, for example,
Hmm.
back when I first played CS, right? You enjoy playing the game, right? Whether you're regardless of what you were, whether you're in a low rank, high rank, doesn't matter. You enjoy shooting people and the way the game works. That's for example, like me playing Doom. Is there any incentive, like besides just having fun shooting demons? No, there's none, right? I get better because I play the game more. I'm willing to learn because I like shooting demons. That's it. It's pretty simple.
Hmm.
You shouldn't play competitive games just for the sake of the competitive part. You should play competitive games for the games part because in the end of the day, it's a goddamn game. It's not gonna change your life or anything. And no, just remember, no one cares. So don't put yourself all up into too much pressure or whatever, or anything. So don't expect to be rewarded because playing the game in of itself is the reward. And I
Whoa.
think that's the correct mindset that you should have. And I think I mean, it's not going to solve any issues, but I feel like by having that mindset, you can get out of a lot of, oh shit, I joked. You can get out of a lot of like toxic mindsets or like attitudes that you have towards just gaming as a whole. And the experience will be a lot more enjoyable because now, if for example, if you're only having fun by means of destroying the enemy team, for example, like getting 3 or 4 kills every round, then why don't you stop playing the game? Because that's not how the game is. The reality is the game is gonna only allow you to kill 1 or 2 people. So if you have fun doing that, sure, keep going. If you don't, then don't. Don't. I think that's what it
Hmm.
is. But another problem with that is that killing 1 or 2 people, it doesn't make it a very engaging or fun experience. So I don't know. It's
Hmm.
tough. I feel like it's yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'm thinking like the choice between either a single player game or like multiplayer game. Multiplayer game, I feel competitively. I don't know. It should be something you enjoy with your friends, right? But now it's just so weird. Like
That's true.
competitive is weird in itself.
The thing
It's
is
weird.
that now I should have said this earlier. This should be said in the beginning. Now I realize what we after a little bit of like just looking and talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
what we enjoy isn't the games part for a lot of people. It's the competitive part.
Yeah.
It's just shitting on other people that we enjoy. We don't actually enjoy that much of playing the game itself, right? Not just the act of the game, but rather the act of getting better and destroying people and getting better and destroying people, learning new things. That's what we enjoy. It's not the game is just a carrier of that sentiment or whatever, right? So it's just a way for
Mm.
us to carry out that process. So I don't know. I feel like that's pretty unhealthy, and the competitive part should always be secondary to the
For
gameplay.
me personally, I just play competitive because I don't want to like drag my team down, like my friends. I don't want to drag my friends down, so I want to get better. And competitive basically shows me how good I am. I guess that's how I think personally.
Yeah, right. This guy's giving me a lot of trouble.
But like for you, you just want to like stomp on children, right? Because it's fun.
I feel like we all get that eventually. After like
Mm,
at beginning, you don't really feel like that. You're like, hey, I just playing a game for fun. But after a while, it just comes down to that, and I don't think that's a healthy or positive mindset that we should all have. We should. Your mindset's definitely more healthy than that. You just, hey, I play this game. It's fun, so I play this game. Not I play this game to simply to win or to get a certain amount of
mm,
elo by the end of the season. Like that's falling into the developer's trap, right? And then you no longer play the game to play the game. Then you no longer just play the game to win. That's not a very
damn.
enjoyable experience.
Feel like damn. I actually never thought about it. The game tries to streamline you into a unhealthy mindset, doesn't it? Huh?
Of course, it benefits them,
Mm-hmm.
so don't get into that. Don't fall into the competitive grind. Your rank doesn't mean dog shit. If you're no longer having fun playing the game, don't take a break. You play better anyways. That's why people have burnouts. But still, I just feel like this whole system is kind of rigged and just doesn't really provide you, ultimately doesn't provide you with anything. So if there's any word of advice, it would be, I know it's probably pretty obvious, but sometimes it's hard to, hard to grasp after you grind a game for a long time. Just do, hey, are you enjoying the game? If so, keep playing it. If you're not enjoying the game, don't play it for the rank. Because the rank, in the
Hmm.
end, after you get it, you feel empty. Because the rank is just a few pixels on the screen. That doesn't mean anything. You don't get any, like I said, real human validation. You don't get any sort of rewards. Yeah, some games have like rank rewards, but those are never worth it. Those are like
True.
just cosmetics, and those are never
True.
ever worth it. Um, and oh, I forgot this part is like kind of gay because I'm playing like ultra low settings, so I don't have like there's supposed to be monkey bars here that you're supposed to grab on, so I'm just basing off of like memorization, which isn't always gonna work. Um, I kind of forgot where it was. It
Mm.
should be somewhere around here. Yeah. Well, I'm not playing like. Okay, there it is. Okay. So don't worry about this. It's invisible because you're not. I'm using console commands to basically make the game run better at a
Uh-huh.
higher frame rate. So like normally I can only run it on like 90, 80 frames. Now I'm on 150 because I like get rid of a lot of textures and models in game.
Is there anything else
So
about competitive games you want to talk about?
Uh, not really. I don't
Alright.
really have. Okay, I'm not fight the boss because that takes too much effort. Um, I don't really have. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a solution or like key point or anything. I just want to say that it is
Mm-hmm.
kind of a scam, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's you're playing into developers' tricks by grinding a game, and I don't know.
Damn. Jeez. Did not expect that. So,
What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about something that you want to
I
talk
don't know
about.
what you told me this show, the Techno Lies. What the heck is this? I looked it up and the reviews are like
Oh
bad.
shit, you want to talk? Oh no, fuck the reviews. The reviews are like people are retarded. Don't worry.
Oh, what have you watched in like the
It, it's
past
it's
year?
it's not for
Actually,
everybody. Oh, I didn't watch that much in this year because IB.
mm-hmm. 100% agree. Not
Yeah,
about that IB
definitely.
part, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh right, not even IB. I almost assumed that you were.
Yeah, you assume everyone in your grade is like not just you, like every student in IB. It's just how it works.
Yeah, because it's all you see, right? You don't see people
Yeah.
in nine IB and IB course. You just it's a different world completely. You don't
Competitive
get to meet
ranking,
people.
bro. I'm bronze. You're a champ. Was a grandmaster.
I don't know, but like I guess. What was I trying to say? Oh shit, let's talk. You want to talk about anime? We can talk about
Yeah,
anime.
bro. Oh my god.
Okay, so
You watch things similar to me, unlike everyone else I know. Freaking
I
Aldridge.
don't
Thank God he's not
I
here. We
don't
watch
watch
like
too
those
much.
garbage isekai anime. Oh my god.
I know, dude. Okay, so let's talk about garbage like
Bruh?
that. Yeah, we'll talk about garbage Isekai. That's what I was originally gonna talk about, anyways.
Ah, pain.
No. Trust me. Hear me out. Okay, so I don't watch that shit,
Me neither.
and
100%
that's
no
I feel
garbage.
like that there's no longer. I don't know if you feel this, but I feel like that the quality of anime overall is deteriorating. Yeah, there are new shows,
100%.
but the percentage of good shows versus bad shows is deteriorating very
Mm-hmm,
fast,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
it's not the studio's fault. It's our fault.
It's because
Our
we consume so much of the garbage that the garbage keep getting made.
Exactly. Basically, because garbage is easier to consume
Mm-hmm,
than good shit. Good shit requires brain cells and thinking and rewatching the show and
mm-hmm.
thinking again. It's like reading a book, right? So let's talk about what I consider. Obviously, I'm not a god. I can think whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Yeah, we
But
should have different opinions. 100%.
sure, yeah. But what I would consider a good show, at least that works for me or what I enjoy, is a show that makes you think, at least, right? A
Mm.
show that makes you question a lot of things. A show that's not simply, oh, good guys go beat up bad guys send out a few other bad guys, and the good guys
Yeah.
kill them, and
A
good
good
guys kill
show
bad
doesn't
guy.
need fighting,
GG.
I feel.
All right, that's true. I don't. I'm just saying a
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
generalization. So
mm-hmm.
like, there's
Yeah.
a clear villain, and there's a clear hero, and there might be a twist or whatever, but it follows basically the traditional villain and hero path, right? It's a clear villain, there's a clear hero.
Mm-hmm.
The hero is good guys and villains bad guys, and some sort of complication happens, and in the end, the heroes win, right? That's kind of the garbage isekai kind of wrote. Yeah, there's
True.
a bit, kind of. That's a lot of like, and some shows just have no plot at all. It's like slice of life.
Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on Slice of Life? Oh my, I can't. I can't. I literally
It's
cannot
kind of
watch those.
trash. It's kind
I
of trash.
can't watch it at all.
Listen. If you want to see anime girls and titties, just watch hentai. That's why I watch hentai. If you want to see, if you want to see like, if you want to, I don't get why you watch that life.
I
You're
don't get
living.
it at all. I
You're
can't.
living like it's not like they're doing anything special,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just your average. Literally, it's your average life. You're just watching somebody like you just okay. Actually, brain dead. I don't know. Like the
I guess it's
psychology
like
man's just you watching
insert,
somebody eat like a sandwich and just be oh my
self-insert.
god, it's so interesting.
It's like
Why don't you just
self-insert, right? No, it's like, oh, my life sucks. Oh, these guys' lives are fire, dude. This could be
What do
me.
you mean, bro?
I
These
don't
guys'
know.
lives are just the same shit as yours. It's not like, oh, you're watching some sort of super
Well,
sci-fi
like
guy,
those
or like,
homeless people living in canisters. They're like, oh my god, that can be me.
I don't know. That has to be like the main mindset. Otherwise, it's just baffling.
I
It
don't
is quite
understand it
baffling
at
to me.
all.
I don't
Aldridge
understand
literally
either.
stands by them. He like watches every single one that comes out, and I try to like talk to him. And he's like, "Wow, it's a cute." I'm like, "What? Huh? I don't
Like,
get it.
just watch hentai then.
I
I
don't
used
get
to watch
it."
this a lot until I usually watch that a lot until until well I can't say I discovered hentai until I got more into hentai.
Uh huh.
I discovered hentai before anime. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. What do you mainly watch? I like was it story driven or just like fantasy? That's mainly what I watch.
I watch mostly story driven and
Mm.
like dark. I like anime with mature plot. That fucking
Hundred
what was it?
percent.
So
Oh come
let's
on.
go back to what I think is good anime. One makes you think, right? There's not a good guy, bad guy. It's everybody is a human, and they base off their choices as humans, right? So
Dude, I'm gonna be telling this to you for like 2 years, but come on, you gotta watch Rakugo. Oh my god,
probably.
masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost of where I'm supposed to go. I forgot. Oh, here to go there. Um, I don't know, dude. I've been playing this game, played this level more than I don't know, at least 50 times, and I still don't remember where I gotta go. Right. So there isn't like a clear character
Mm.
kind of.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
doesn't follow the stereotype. It doesn't do any of that. It just
Mhm.
right. It makes you think. It makes you think is a bad guy really? So they have well, not very clear character motivations, but very clear character motivations, but very well thought out, makes sense, plausible, and also carried out good. Not like, you know. But nowadays, a common trend with like new
Mm.
sort of isekai trash or whatever is that the plot gets simplified more and more. It becomes more and more simple and let's say comedic. This is also a problem in
Painful.
rom-com. That's why I
Painful.
never got into rom-com in the first place. There are a few good ones that do portray like human behavior in its
Mm.
like we'll talk about it later. But
Oh.
okay, this part's
Mm.
painful because
Yeah,
I
I've been
don't
reading
know.
more manga than watching anime recently. It's easier to find something because it's not gonna like become an anime. It's not gonna turn into an anime. Most of like the good manga you
Yeah,
find because it's too short. Like your isekai
true.
garbage is gonna go for like 2 million chapters.
I know. But it's the same plot. There's no plot difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, oh, today it's a dragon. Tomorrow it is a vampire. Third day it's a succubus. It's the same shit. What are you trying to tell me? You're not telling a story. You're not telling. Yeah, exactly. You're not telling a story. You're just feeding me useless information of
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
just. I don't get it. The stories are very basic. Yeah, maybe the characters change, but it's the same story. You can say that, oh yeah, there is character development, but I will argue that there is little to no character development because the characters aren't
Mm-hmm.
human. They don't look human. They don't behave in a human way. And to
True.
cover up this, the directors make it so it's a comedy, so that everyone can be funny and this and that. Yes, it works for some shows like Konosuba where we don't take it very seriously. But when you want to watch serious shows, there isn't anymore because now it's easier to make comedy than to make
Mm.
serious good writing. It's always easier to substitute a joke for a serious moment where you can reflect and see how far your character really has come or whatnot. So it is always easier for so yeah, it's low effort bullshit. It's a tactic that worked once, but I doubt will keep working because I mean it will keep working. Let's just say that it will keep working, but it's just not
100%.
very good. That's like one of the main reasons for the deterioration of quality in recent anime,
That's why I
in my
feel like
opinion.
what's it called? One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 was so refreshing.
Yeah, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Uh, wait, there's a new season of that? I don't know. I haven't read. I haven't watched the new Mob Psycho. Well, it's not new anymore. It's pretty old now. But yeah. That's why I don't know. I now since I don't have a lot of time to do it, watch anime anymore.
Mm.
I mostly just stick to old shows. Like I try to find shows around the 2000 era. In my opinion, that is my personal golden era for anime. Like that's most of my favorite animes comes from around the 2000s or slightly like
Hmm.
after 2000s or like but nothing like new or whatever.
Oh
Because
yeah.
there are several shows that are pretty good. I forgot what it's called. Erased or whatever.
Erased. That's from
Yeah.
2016, I believe.
Yeah, so
I
well,
watched
it's
it. Yeah.
considered as new, right? So it's fairly new. Um, oh damn, you got on here. That's the problem. It's not
Oh
good.
yeah, one recently that I hear is like a masterpiece. But I want to eat your pancreas.
That's like old. That's not
Hmm?
old. Well, okay,
The manga's
it's
old,
new.
sure, but the
It's no longer recent. I watched that
what?
like 2 years back,
Wait,
or like one
am
year
I
back.
that far behind?
You are, dude. You're pretty behind.
Yikes! I thought it came
That
out
one's
like a
okay.
few months ago or
That one's
something.
okay, but
2 years? No way.
that one's okay, but not for everybody. I feel like
Yikes.
it's got to be for like the very emotional people. And
Mm.
I found it when I finished watching it, I was like, yeah, I can see why some people love this show, but me personally, I'm just
Oh,
not the kind of
100%. I
person to
agree.
do it,
A lot of anime, I'm
right?
just like that. Like Clan Ad,
Only
right?
oh hell yeah, dude, Clanad is actually pretty good.
Eh?
What?
What?
What? Clanad After Story was good. What do you mean?
It was?
It was.
Okay.
I don't know. It was decent. I
I don't
mean, like
know.
a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was
7 out of
decent.
10, I agree 100%. Okay, I thought you were giving it like a 9 or something. You scared me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you
I was
terrified
like,
me. Oh my
no, but
god.
when I watched it, I mean, I was a child basically. I didn't
Yeah, I
know
was
shit.
as well.
So yeah, I guess back then, but maybe not anymore. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was thinking about it recently. I'm thinking like maybe Clan Ad, we just have to be more mature and then to understand it fully. I don't know. That's what I was thinking maybe. I don't know.
Um,
Perhaps.
right. So
Might have to give it a
basically,
rewatch.
what was I trying to say? Basically, what I'm trying to say is, okay, right. Going back to how consumers ruined anime, or
Mm-hmm.
not ruined, just say made deteriorated the quality over time. Fast food. Let's take an example such as McDonald's or KFC or whatever. It's fast food, right? This isekai trash is fast food. It's easy to digest, easy to access, easy to digest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's relatively cheap. Not as in money, as in our brain cells less, right? You don't have to think about it that much. It's just very like
Like
it's very. surface level, and you
Yeah.
can just enjoy special effects. You can enjoy
Because
anime,
like in
but
was it 2000 making anime, they were like what's it called, like passion projects basically. It was like for fun and stuff. Now it's more about like making money, building like a
exactly,
brand of isekais, getting them under your
exactly,
belt, and just getting more and more money.
that is true. Um, so the reason that this business model works is because of us.
100%.
We as consumers, we went for the fast food. As this is why McDonald's and KFC took over, so it's inevitable. Because like the reasons I said above. So we went for the fast food, so they will keep producing it as long as we keep consuming it. And because of the fast food's greatest advantage is being easy to digest, basically easy to digest, in this case easy to understand, like base like a lot of sauce, it's spicy, so a lot of special effects and just looks really visually appealing. And I mean that's pretty much it, right? And really accessible because of how much of it there is. Let's just say, so it's comparable to isekai trash if we want to call it that, right? So
Mm.
yeah, basically, we got nobody to blame really.
It's just us. It's all our fault.
Yeah.
Can we blame us
But
here in America or those people in Japan, or are we just the same in the end?
no, it's the same. It's the
Okay.
same. It's the same. Okay, I'm obviously I'm not anybody who actually knows anything, but this is just my speculations. I mean, it makes sense, right? So
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
from a psychological
Mm-hmm.
perspective,
Oh.
from psychological perspective, it makes sense for that to be the case, right? Because they make what we want,
Yeah.
and what most people wanted was fast food, and
It's a
they made fast food.
self-insert, just music, right?
Exactly. It's kind of, well, I don't know. I'll argue a lot of isekai stories are kind of plain, and well, not
Mm-hmm.
isekai, just anime in general. Now, this is also a problem with rom-com and other stuff. Basically, and yeah, I mean, it's always like I said earlier, it's always easier to make a non-serious comedy show than to make a serious show
It's less
with
of a risk.
like right with yeah with a very dark undertone or whatever or mature like context, because then you have a risk of people not understanding it and just basically the show
Mm-hmm.
not taking
Mm-hmm.
off. Whereas if you just make isekai trash, basically people just accept it
Yeah.
because people are like, oh, isekai trash, fast food tastes good, but does fast food give you any nutrients? It doesn't, and that's why after a while it's all forgettable, and that's why I say the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
quality decreases. If fast food is good, then I wouldn't say the quality decreases. That just means, oh hey, we got more good anime, but no, it's not good because you don't remember, it's not memorable, and it doesn't make you
Yeah.
think, it doesn't make you improve as a person, it doesn't make you come out learning something new about you or feeling something, right?
There's no like just like show that like really hits like stays in your mind as like a classic or something these days.
Well,
There's no
it's not
like
entirely true.
Clanad kind of. I like even though I didn't enjoy Clanad, sure I can say like it was a
It's not like, I guess
classic.
it's okay
It was a you
for its
know
time.
part of like it made its time basically. But now we don't have anything. It's just repetitive. We're at a stop right now.
That's why I just watch old shows. I like
mm,
only watch old shows now, because if I want to just see anime girls, I can just go on any hentai site. It's a lot better, or fan art
yeah. I
games.
was I was
Now
excited
it's
for
just
what Jujutsu Kaisen and Mushoku Tensei, and at the end, I'm disappointed by both of them.
mm, happens.
I don't know. The real surprise of Jujutsu Kaisen, it was like the big hype show. It's gonna make it's the show of the year or whatever, and it just I was disappointed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more into like um shows. I mean, I don't know. It's just it is what it is. You know what? It
Mm,
is what it is. It is what it is.
I don't know. Losing the
People need to.
excitement, losing like the feeling of something new.
Oops.
It's, I don't know.
It is what it is. Yeah. I kind of sounded a boomer this whole entire discussion, but yeah. Just try to. I don't know. I like watching like
Yeah, that's why I'm watching Air right
it's
now. It's surprisingly good.
yeah, it's pretty decent. I heard.
mm,
I don't know. Yeah. Well, it's our fault. We can't even blame anybody but us.
yeah.
But well, it's not our fault, but it is the consumer's fault, in my opinion. That it is the way it is, and many people don't see anything wrong with it. And another major contributing factor of like the rise of this fast food kind of anime style was the age demographic. So
True.
now think about who watches anime. Kids,
Yeah.
right? So
They want to be
not
the hero of the
kids,
story. They want to protect
like like
women,
like
right?
like teenagers, right? Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
can't punch that yet. Right. So it's teenagers. So they have relatively simple, like okay, relatively simple minds, right, in comparison
Yeah.
to adults or people. And now since it's become mainstream and popular, like the majority, not the majority, like a relatively larger portion of people watch, and I don't know. So basically, kids are not gonna be as into okay, at least what I speculate is that
Mm-hmm.
kids probably are not going to be into very dark, mature, and just plot heavy shows that focuses on like human morality or like the
True.
inevitability of death or some serious plot context or something like that. They're more interested into like a goofy fun adventure that doesn't take any, it's fast food, right? So it's easy for them to digest.
Mm.
So with this inevitable demographic change, obviously it's natural to see the rise of isekai trash because that's what kids are into, and what that does is it creates kind of a cycle. So kids, like, I'm not saying kids because we're technically kids, like I just say kids, you know what I'm talking about. People are our age technically.
Yeah.
um I'm not trying to be better or anything, right? I'm just saying it as just a matter of fact. So kids mostly, like, we can see in our friends as well, they like isekai. We like isekai. And not isekai, I mean just like fast food kind of shows. And
Mm. Our friends, yeah,
it's
I'd have to agree. I don't know about us. I don't even know. Do
I'm just
you?
saying, like, as a demographic, we are
Mm-hmm.
more prone
Oh,
to
our
like
demographic, yes, 100%.
yeah, I like fast food, kind of. By fast food, so like this kind of shows. So therefore, there's more kind of this kind of shows, and then therefore it attracts more kids to watch, and therefore there's more shows, and then there's more kids to watch, and there's more shows, and it just becomes all of this. That's
Mm.
the. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely losing. Anime as a medium is definitely losing some of its, for obviously not all of it. There's always masterpieces that come out all the time.
Oh, I
All right,
forgot. Yeah,
there's
Land of the
always
Lustrous.
masterpieces.
Have you
Remember,
seen
but
that?
of yeah, Steam one.
Land of the Lustrous. Hoseki
I
no Kuni.
I don't remember. I don't think I've seen it. What I'm trying to say is there's always like masterpieces, right? I'm not like
Mm-hmm.
saying, oh, there's nothing new that's good. No, of course not. There's a lot of masterpieces of the modern era,
They're just harder to
but
find now.
yeah, because it's more popular and therefore it's there's the set formula for success. And why would
Mm-hmm.
you not follow a set formula for success as a company and try to branch out into this artistic depiction that may fail? What the problem with being artistic is the fact that it's not reliable. Art doesn't pay
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
well. As history, well, not everybody. Some people like Leonardo made himself filthy rich. I mean, that requires more than just art, though. But art has a high chance of failing because art
What's it called? What's that word?
I mean,
It's
it's art, right? So it is what it is. I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm trying to say.
relative. Art
So
is relative.
yeah, exactly. So it's not for everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
unlike fast food, which is basically kind
Anyone
of
can
like
have
a
fast food.
recipe that works for every. Okay, choking.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah, I
is
feel
what it
like
is. It's
I
inevitable.
can
It's just a
agree.
process.
Like these art-based anime, they're all like what's it? Fine dining. There's like restrictions on how you eat. You gotta use like your fork and a knife. Or like fast food, just eat the burger, bite.
Exactly. You have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about the character development. You have to think about the world building. You have to think about different things to fully understand the message. And I understand that after a long day of work, that's probably not what you want to do, right? So if you're just
Mm-hmm.
watching anime very casually or on the side, that's probably not what you want to do. You'd rather see two dudes beat up some demons or whatever, because that is just simple and easy to see
That's
and just
why what's it called?
straightforward.
Right now, the one other popularity is the what's it called? You know, like girl at salaryman's home or whatever. You know, like
Which
that
one?
dragon Kobayashi, whatever. There's also
Yes.
that fox girl that became immensely popular.
Senko?
Yeah,
Oh my god, bro, yeah, you can't even bring that up right now. You know how many people I know, like,
would kill me.
addicted to
Would kill me.
Senko?
Would kill me.
Not really. I mean, like, oh shit, I'm back the wrong way. Um, Dude, I don't get it. Like, so many people simp Senko right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
What the heck happened there?
It's just like that. Don't worry about it too much. It's like that.
When you have zero graphics.
No, it's just like sometimes the game just kill.
Oh.
Because basically what I'm doing is I hop back into an area that I'm not supposed to go back into, and the enemies that spawned previously just died instantaneously because I hop back into a different section that basically triggers a kill trigger on all the AI. So whenever no, it doesn't trigger it whenever I hop there. But once I come back, it cannot find me in like this area or something like that, and basically it just triggers like a death trigger for all AI once I come back, because otherwise the game will bug out, because the game's like, hey, where did he go? He just kind of disappeared. So I guess he's gone. I guess he's no longer in this area. So why do we have enemies that are like when there's no player here?
Okay.
Just don't.
Xiao Yu, what's your favorite anime of all time?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Whoa.
I used to have a pretty good answer, but now I don't know. I actually don't know. There's a lot of good anime, and there's a lot of shit I haven't watched in years. Favorite anime of all time, dude. That is a tough question.
I think it's really easy for me.
What is it?
Rakugo.
What was that anime about? Dude?
It's about Rakugo.
Okay, stop. Like what is it?
It's it's a Japanese men. They sit down and there's like geishas behind them. They play like the whatever, and they just tell stories. They sit down and tell stories. That's the whole point of the show, and it's amazing. It is absolutely astounding. The story is so good. It's insane.
I'll see. I'll check it out once I have time or something.
Like,
because recently Overwatch is in a patch right now.
It's
so
crazy. It has like a rating of like almost 9 or something on My Enemies. I think it's one of the highest rated. Yeah.
I'll see. Yeah. Maybe.
It's so weird because it takes the formula of like that seasonal like garbage show, like okay, not garbage, but like Free and Kabuki To or whatever. They're forgettable, totally just like about some random topic, right? But then it's so unique in its own self because it's so cultural. I don't know. I'm just fanboying over it, but yeah, you should check it out.
Yeah, probably like it as well. I'll see what happens.
And what's it called? There's one this season. It's Snow White Strings or whatever.
Dude, I wish that like Berserk got a proper season 2.
True.
I wish, dude.
I heard what's it called for the CGI is only bad for the first few episodes, right?
Oh nah, bro, you troll. They changed the story as well.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why, but they changed the story slightly. Not slightly. Like I forgot what. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea. I'm just going off.
I read like I don't know first 100 chapters or something.
Oh my god, bro! Like trolling right now.
It didn't really hook me in.
Wait, first 100 chapters. I forgot how much you read. You saw the Eclipse, right?
I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago now. I don't even remember. Time is so like.
Oh, dude, no way. Like I wish it got a proper season 2. That would be pretty good.
I don't know. Not really my thing personally, but I can see
it's
cool.
Doom,
it's
but
cool.
in anime.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my favorite single player game of all time, dude. Come on. Literally that. It's the same.
It's really whack though. It's got that Japanese little spice in there.
Yeah, I guess. But I would definitely wouldn't say Berserk is my favorite anime. What would be like a contender?
Yeah, well, there's some contenders.
I
Give me something to watch. I watched so much. I need something else.
I mean, Madoka is pretty decent, but it doesn't hit. I just like it, but it doesn't hit any of my criteria for being a masterpiece. Like I said, it doesn't make you think about humanity as a whole.
I was thinking of watching it, but I don't think I'll ever watch it, honestly.
Right? It doesn't make you question good or bad. It doesn't make you really. It just cleverly used. It's just good plot twists. That's all.
It's just good writing. I'd say good writing, right?
Yeah. It has decent writing, but like not like if it's a book, I wouldn't read it. Like a masterpiece is that if it's a book, I'll still fucking read it. That's the kind of masterpiece. That's kind of like
book you would still read it. Manga you would read it, bruh.
No, like if it's written in text.
Like, that good.
They take out in like the script in a very boring format. If you would still read it and have a good time, that's probably a masterpiece. right? Because
I'd
that
say
that means it has
Rakugo.
genuinely good writing, right? I don't know. I probably don't have one as of right now. Because
I
like,
think of Monogatari. How was Monogatari? Have you seen Monogatari? Jesus, that was such a
oh my
pain to
god,
watch. It was so long.
dude, didn't you like it?
There was like, I don't
Or you
know,
just,
7 seasons, like 3 movies. Oh my god.
dude, I thought you liked it. You were like really into that hair flip thing.
At the time,
What?
at the time, sure, but now looking back, it's yeah. The writing, I don't know. The writer seems like a pedophile. You've seen it, right? Xiao Yu.
Oh, sorry, I was getting
Yeah, I know.
distracted by my mom.
Have you seen
Uh,
Monogatari?
uh, which one?
The whole
Wasn't
thing, my
there?
guy.
Well, wasn't there multiple seasons?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I haven't seen the whole season though.
Uh, personally, I hated it, except for the
No,
three
you like.
movies. That's it. The 3 movies
Wait,
were absolute masterpieces.
so, but I thought you were really into the hair flip thing.
Yeah, that's just Studio Shaft, right? That's just their thing.
I guess. Simp.
Bruh. It just
Simp.
looks nice.
Simp.
Okay, man. But yeah, the 3 movies, Kizu Monogatari, 1, 2, and 3, those were. Ooh. Ooh. Ah.
Alright, I gotta go soon. I'll just
Mm.
finish up all of that.
Finish up. I
I can
don't
come
know.
back later though.
I don't know. What's something recent
Uh,
you watched that you really, really liked?
I was talking to you about yesterday. That was pretty good.
Technolize? What? Like, come on. What the
Yeah,
heck is
but
this?
it was really good. It conveys a sense of existential dread and inevitability in the
Okay.
mankind's demise perfectly, while
Hmm.
while retaining an interesting story on the side. Besides, so it conveys deep, mature themes in a very dark and a very fitting art style, and have very interesting characters
It sounds like
and
I don't know.
not a
If
ton of dialogue.
it's rated so low, I guess it would be like a relative show then, I guess.
People don't understand.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
it's
okay.
it's okay. So it's a very pain. Not everybody understands, right? So I don't understand a lot of shows as well. So it's
Mhm.
very painful. Well, people gave okay. There are people that gave School Days a 10. All right, can we not? Can we stop trolling? There's people that gave School Days a 10. I don't think ratings really mean that much anymore. Ratings just
You have
mean
a
okay,
point.
if it's above like a 7, then it's watchable. That's all that matters. Whether it's an 8
Okay.
or like, unless it's a really high score, like a really really high score, then it might be mean something. But other than that, it doesn't really mean anything, because people watch and like different things, and it just doesn't. It's
True.
not a show for everybody. It's really immature. It's not your fast food kind of show. If you go into it with the wrong mindset, you will fucking find it excruciating hard to get over the first few episodes. It's very slow. It's a very very slow paced show.
I don't know if I'll enjoy
With-
it. If you like stuff
Yeah,
like that,
well-
have you watched Mushishi?
I don't think so.
You should give that a watch if you like.
I haven't
I
watched
think
shit
it'll be
lately.
similar.
I haven't watched shit lately, and before like
Me neither. I watch like
Yeah.
one episode of Air a week. I'm on episode
Pretty much the
7 right
same.
now. After like a couple of months, I think. Wait, that's less than one a week.
I like to binge, but then I
Hmm.
binge like one anime every 3 months,
Whoa,
something like that. One every 3 months, or like 2 every 3 months, something like that.
Jesus!
Not
I
even
watch
one.
like 2 a year now.
Pretty much. I don't know.
Mm.
There's not a lot of just.
I basically
go back
watched
to competitive
everything.
gaming.
I watched so much that literally I run dry. The well is dry.
Are you serious? That's not possible. There's so much garbage that's out lately. You can just watch.
Yeah, I watched everything previously that's come out before all this garbage. That the well is dry.
Oh man, bruh.
I don't think you understand how much I watched.
I don't know. I have a lot of shows that I want to watch that I probably should.
I
But, you know.
watched what 600 something, 600 plus shows.
Hey, get a life.
There's probably like it's just hard at this point to find anything to watch because like watch this show I watched it, watch this show I watched it. You gotta find like it's like the what's it called Technolize or whatever. It's just like you never hear about these until somebody tells you about them,
They're
right?
fucking good. Like these shows are always like.
But they're
most
so
of my
hard to
favorite-
find. It's actually
That's
so hard to find.
You gotta search out. For example, I like psychological horror a
Mm.
lot and dystopias, so I search it up on Reddit, Just they give
Yeah.
you like a list of anime that they will recommend, and for the most part, if you search up on the right Reddit post,
Mm.
you can get some pretty good results.
Yeah. Mal, like my anime list, like I can
Mal doesn't mean
pick
shit.
any
Mal doesn't
tag,
mean shit.
scroll for 1 hour, and I won't find a new show. That's how much I watched.
What the fuck? Dude, come on. Come on. Come on, get a life. Come on. Come on. I know I'm saying this, but come on.
But yeah, Reddit sounds like a good suggestion. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go. I
Okay.
can come back for part two if you
Good
want, since
talk.
it's a little
Nah.
bit, since it's a little bit short.
Next
Yeah.
week.
Alright, man. See ya.
Yeah. See ya.
Mhm.